county is combining different agencies and departments with neighboring counties to save money. Are there any areas you would like to see such a joint venture either with the county or adjacent townships to save money?
Say that again?
Sure. The county is combining different agencies and departments with neighboring counties to save money. Are there any areas you would like to see such a joint venture either with the county or adjacent townships to save money?
Yeah, I've been working a little bit with the fire department, not in a great extent, and again, this is the first time I'm getting into public service, so I don't know to what degree this makes any sense, but I know that there is kind of a crunch with the fire department and maybe even the other public services right now. And we do have some neighboring communities I know that we have some cooperation with, and I wonder if we couldn't broaden that out a bit. I think public safety would probably be a place that focus as far as that goes.
I can kind of agree with the fire departments kind of merging, but at the same time, in insurance, there's actually a rating to see how much quality of a fire department we actually have, and it's called a PC code, or protection class, and that stands, it's a ratio 1 through 10, and the best communities are 1. That's your Milwaukee, Madison. And we've had the same fire, I think you guys got the questionnaire as well from the fire department. But they asked, you know, we've had the same amount of employees since 1999, but we've bought more materials, but not increased people. But our PC class actually went down from a 5 to a 3, which means we're actually offering better service. So combining resources could be good because that number dropped because resources were improved. Doesn't necessarily mean improved personnel. Otherwise, I think our Department of Public Works could use some help as well with our roles.
All right, I think that's a pretty vague question, but I think what we could do is work better, not just with other cities, but work better with our county as well. Using county resources as a joint effort with the city, I think could go a long way. It would eliminate certain costs in certain areas, healthcare, health services. I think that's one of the things he's referencing, how we merged with Ozaukee County. I think it's a little bit more difficult at a city level to merge with other cities, but I think if we just look in our own yard and we have the county and you know we have those already in place, that we can work better together and just move forward that way.
Thank you. I think one accomplishment or one important thing as far as the city budget goes the past few years was our health insurance costs. We started to explore with the county and last year opened a near-site clinic at the county that the city and county employees can both go to help lower our health insurance costs. The other big thing where I think we have a duplicate of service is the city taxi and the county taxi. There's definitely probably a discussion there where we could come up with one system that works and again save costs on the county level and the city level. The third one is maybe parks. The county has equipment that sits there idle for 50% of the time, and the city has equipment that sits there idle for 50% of the time, and potentially instead of buying 2 brand new pieces of machinery that get used half the time, why not buy one and share it? So those are a few ideas that have kind of come across. Thank you.
Okay, let me start this one. There is a city road advisory referendum on the April 3rd ballot, and I have copies in the back, by the way, if anybody wants to see it. Which of the 4 questions, if any, are you in favor
of? The first 2 are about raising taxes to address our roads. No, I'm not in favor of that. The third one is a wheel tax. A tax is a tax, so no, I'm not in favor of that. The third one really gets down to asking the county if we can share 0.5% of the county sales tax. So the county, when the sales tax was created, was set up to go to pay for capital improvements in the county. Since then, a portion of that money has gone to offset their general fund. So they may be debt-free and close to paying for lots of things with cash, but I think a large portion of that comes from that money. So I think it's fair for the city to have asked, can we have a portion of that everyone from the county comes in here to our retailers, which generate the taxes, beat up our roads, and at the end of the day, we don't see any of that tax money to go to address one of our most important issues, which is our roads. So that would be one that is the reason why we asked the county in general, and I'm curious what the rest of the citizens in West Bend think of that question. Thank you.
I think, yeah, I agree with that last statement to some extent, that it would be nice to see the county sharing in some of the cost on the expenses that the roads are incurring in West Bend. However, I don't know how realistic it is to think that we're gonna actually get the county to give us some of that money. And I guess as far as the first two items on that referendum, it seems like those are a little bit vague and could wind up eventually being parceled off in some other direction. And the third item on that referendum, I might be in favor of, because my understanding, I don't know this for a fact, but my understanding is that that would actually be just parceled off for roads. And it's a $20 wheel tax. I think that puts maybe an unfair disadvantage on people that really are living hand to mouth versus somebody that might have extra dollars. $20 to one person means a lot more than $20 to another person, I guess is what I'm saying. And so if that wheel tax should be done on a sliding scale, but that's just ridiculous. So I guess I'd have to say not really any of them. We need a new plan.
All right, I'll go 1 through 4 on this. The first one is raising taxes 23 cents on every $1,000 assessed. And no for that. I'm not in favor of raising taxes. Second question, same exact thing, raising the number to 46 cents. Also a no. And that money cannot be specifically used for roads. That goes to a more general fund. Whereas what Justice was talking about, the third one, being a $20 wheel tax, it does go directly to the roads or transportation. Also a no for that because it's another tax. The fourth one, it doesn't really matter if you answer yes or no. It's a matter of getting that approval from the board, from the county board.
All right, so I guess I have a different thought process with this one. I'm not necessarily in favor of the first two options. I think the third would be the most valued option that we have. I know everyone with the county, and we have this. Right now, we don't know what the county is necessarily using that for. We can't say they're not using it for capital improvements like it was designed. But I think if we go after that money, it's just taking money out of one of your pockets and putting it in another. You're stealing from Peter to pay Paul. Either way, it's your taxes. So none of us are for raising taxes. We don't want to see that, but I think the wheel tax is where I would personally go. I think it's great that it's an advisory referendum, so we can see what the people of West Bend want. But as a person from West Bend, I know that I will choose the third option on the next week's ballot.
Okay, Justin, you start. This is a two